Hello everyone and welcome back to Mass Effect Andromeda. Hello Cross, welcome to stream. So last time, um, we completed um, Liam's loyalty mission, as well as some odd jobs on Kadara. And now we're in a prime position to hunt down the leads to Ark Natanus. The Turian Ark, lost but not forgotten. Um, then we're going to head back to Eos and Vold to finish up their planetary quests. And hopefully by the end of the stream we'll be ready to advance the actual main plot. One thing that I'm not that big a fan about Andromeda is, um, well, I kind of like it and don't like it. It harkens back to the original Mass Effect game, where most of your missions and your lore and world building take place on the optional side quests. Your actual main plot, I think, maybe has like 5 or 6 missions that you have to do. But if you just do those, you lose out on like a shit ton of world building. Unfortunately, most of it, just like the original Mass Effect, is locked behind driving the rover, in this case the Nomad, in barren wastelands trying to find a nav point. Though in Andromeda's defense, um, most of their open worlds do have a lot more shit in them than ME1's. But anyway, let's see here. Let's check our email, see if there's anything. Nope. Okay. Oh, that's right. Alright, anybody out of play or in their talking space? Nope, okay. Let's get the party started.
Now orbiting Kadara.
Um, Remop. This is the, where the Turian Golden World was supposed to be. What the hell is the Ark? I mean, I guess the Ark got where it was supposed to be, but... Alright.
Approaching the nav point provided by Avitus.
Compared to the Hyperion and even the Lucinia, Natanus looks like it's taken quite a beating. I don't know if she's space worthy.
That's the Turian Ark. It's seen better days.
Incoming call.
Pathfinder, I think we're on the right track.
No kidding. Is it safe to board?
Only one way to find out. I'll meet you inside.
Well, let's go. Alright, got our weapons, got our armor. Thumable. Overdrive pack. Oh. Huh. Yeah, we'll go have him head and fetch us since we're doing stuff for the Turians. Shiny. More shiny. Looks like Tally's suit. I really like this one. Pure white. And red. No, it doesn't really matter. Oh, agile. Lovely.
Limited power. Life support's busted. Surprised there's any gravity at all.
Are you okay?
This can't be easy to see.
I'm not really a feelings type of guy, Ryder.
Even so,
Let's just find Mason. HO47C. It was supposed to be the Turian homeworld in Helios.
like Habitat 7.
Whoever was piloting the Ark wanted to get here, no matter the cost.
Like ejecting stasis pods?
Even if that meant jettisoning entire sections of the Ark.
It doesn't make sense. Come on. Speculating won't get us anywhere.
We're lucky this part of the Ark survived.
Looks can be deceiving, Pathfinder. The hull is barely holding together.
Thanks, Sam. Always a ray of sunshine.
I could provide analysis via the scanner, Pathfinder.
Alright. Oh, there we go.
Hey, this door still got power.
I wouldn't open that, Pathfinder. It leads to space. Perhaps you could divert
Great.
the power to a different door. Power has been diverted, Pathfinder.
Hey, 15 stream streak. Thank you, Cross. I think you have the longest streak so far. But I really appreciate you coming out every time. Sandstorm. Don't need it. No. Thanks for friend. Well, thank you. Alright. To the tennis leadership from Avitus Rix. Just received confirmation. With exception of the leadership and life support teams, all passengers have entered cryostasis and are sleeping soundly. Jasena is on her way up to you now to oversee the closure of your pods. If you haven't changed into your uniforms, do so now that we had our departure time. Once everyone is asleep, I will do one final round, then join you in the abyss. Rix. From Captain Dea Petraeon. No one tried to jump ship? I don't know if I'm impressed or nervous that everyone's that confident in the mission. Don't stay up too late, Rix, or you'll be an old man by the time we reach Helios. From Mason Barrow, Pathfinder. Avi. Jasena said it was fine if you ever saw my pod closure. I know I said I wouldn't go against procedure, but I want your face to be the last thing I see in the Milky Way. You can scold me when I enter cryo. See you soon, Mason. So this is more personal for Avitus than he's letting on.
Looks pretty busted. Think your Sam can get us in?
I'm more than just my Sam.
Don't give the AI all the credit. I help.
Excuse me.
I found a log from Dea Prayton, the Ark's captain. The video is corrupt, but I can recover the audio.
Play it.
Something's tearing the Tannis apart. Half the cryo chamber is gone, trying to get anyone awake to the escape pods. Spirits, there's no time. Find Mason.
She mentioned escape pods.
Dea was abandoning ship.
She wouldn't leave unless the situation was dire. Natanus didn't get here on its own. We need to know what happened next.
The rest of the data on this console is corrupt. Perhaps if we find another. Or the Ark's SAM node.
All right, let's keep looking.
Okay.
Well, we're not going that way.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have to redirect power. There we go.
The door should now be operational, Pathfinder.
Avitus, over here!
There's still life in this one.
Sam, how are we doing?
Mason, bring it back.
Working on it.
Sam, help me out.
Like the previous log, the video data is corrupt.
Great.
What about audio?
Repairing now. 1 moment, please.
We're going to find him, Avitus.
Mason, he's more than the Pathfinder to me.
Yeah, I know. I read the
Audio
log.
now.
Sam, how far to Abby's pod?
300 meters.
An easy stroll then. Damn it! Maybe not so easy.
Where's the rest of it?
That is all I could recover.
Damn it.
He was on his way to you.
He was looking for your pod. Do you remember anything before waking up on Havarl?
I told you. My first memory was clawing out of my stasis pod.
Then we keep looking.
Although each of the SAMs that we've encountered so far sound like their species, which makes sense, although all the SAMs I think were designed by a human or by the Alliance or the human part of the initiative. But I think the SAMs might have been tailored specifically to their species in both voice and maybe personality.
That door leads to the SAM node. We've got to get in there.
The SAM node should now be accessible.
Sam, where's the Pathfinder? Where's Mason?
Avi. Commence. Stars.
Avi, isn't that what Mason called you?
He's the only one who calls me that.
My counterpart is suffering from severe trauma. If I partition the damage, it may be able to speak with us.
Be careful. I don't want to lose this Sam because we rushed for answers.
Avitus Riggs. Welcome home.
Sam, Mason sent coordinates to this location. I need to find him.
You are mistaken. I send the coordinates.
I don't like this.
Okay, this is officially getting weird. Next you'll say you flew the Natanus here.
I did. The Pathfinder ordered me to help Avitus find the Taurians a home.
Where's Mason?
Gone.
This thing's still busted. It doesn't know what it's talking about.
We should have access to Mason's logs. Maybe there's something in there.
Abby, whatever we hit, a piece of it shredded my suit. Stings like hell, but spirits, it's beautiful. I need you to go on for the both of us. Don't let that temper get the better of you. Sam, commence transfer.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Even the stars look brighter.
He died before the transfer was complete. That must be the source of Sam's trauma.
Great.
Why bring me here? What was the point?
To
Guess
complete the
what?
transfer, the Torians need a Pathfinder.
You're now me.
I can't.
Why not?
What do you mean you can't?
I never thought I'd get the job. My whole career, I worked alone. I don't know how to lead people. I don't want to lead people.
Yes, you can. You're a Spectre, goddammit.
Avitus, I've seen you protect settlers. You found the Turian Ark. You've already been playing the part of Pathfinder, just without the title.
Or the AI to
A
go
title
with it.
that belongs to Mason.
He's dead.
He wanted you to have. Rejecting it won't bring him back.
What if I let him down?
You could only do that by walking away.
Ah, damn it, you're right.
Shall I begin transfer?
It'll be safer on the Nexus. Suvi, call Tan. We need a shuttle to pick up the Sam node. Tell him we found the Turian Pathfinder.
And we're not going to be able to drag the Ark back to the Nexus because it will fall apart before we do that. Also, I don't think we have anything that can tug that Hulk.
Ryder.
Yeah, what Avitus was saying, like, what if I fail him? You don't think Sara thought the same thing when her dad gave her the Pathfinder job? So it's desolate and despair. Yeah. She is not structurally sound. She is no longer space worthy. Natanus is a derelict. But I guess my earlier comment about having the Sams tailored to their own species makes a lot more sense now that we figured out that the Turian Sam just drove the Ark through the Scourge to what was to a planet that had been Alderaan just because it was following orders to the letter. Yeah, that's Turians for you. Some of the Turians on the Ark definitely died, but the vast majority of the ones that were still sleeping either were ejected and landed on Havarl, which we were able to rescue, or they're still on the Ark, but they still have power because the AI on board still tried to keep stasis power available. Alright. Should probably head to the Nexus. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Arc name Natanus. Stasis pod count 20,000. Currently detecting 15,372. Status inactive. Tempest sensors show severe damage to all sections of the Turian Ark from exposure to the Scourge. Due to hull instability, moving the Natanus would be ill-advised, but it should be safe for a recovery team to extract the remaining stasis pods. So, the Nexus is going to send out ships to unhook the remaining pods, bring them back to the Nexus where they can then be thawed or at least stored aboard either the Lucinia or the Hyperion. Alright, let's head back to the Nexus so we can congratulate our newest Pathfinder. Yeah, if there was an Andromeda 2, one of the things I would have liked to have seen was, one, a completed Nexus. Two, the Tempest getting some major upgrades. Like, oh, I don't know, removing the damn windows and putting in some fucking guns. Also, I would like to see an initiative actual fleet. Like, maybe not any dreadnoughts, because they wouldn't be able to build those quite yet, but some frigates. Maybe
The
a
Angara
cruiser.
have their own problems, and we're newcomers in their cluster. We need to work at this.
Alright, yeah, just give me an ops. If ME4 is successful, could do an Andromeda 2, but the question is, who is the threat left over? Show up. Well, the Ket are implied to be on the same level of hegemony power as the Protheans were in the Milky Way, as in their empire spans most of Andromeda. Two, there's whoever launched the Scourge at the Jardin being the builders of the Remnant. Because the Scourge, as we'll find out later, is not a natural phenomenon. It was a weapon. And it wasn't from the Ket. So there's another hostile first one race out here that has the technological capabilities of essentially destroying the Forerunners. Also, another thing I'd like to see in Andromeda 2 would be the initiative starting to build a mass relay. So they can expand not only their own influence outside the Helios cluster, but the Angara.
Good to see you.
But as for Reapers being in Andromeda, I don't see how that would be a thing, because the Reapers were specifically built to preserve life in the Milky Way. Preserve, not protect.
So it's official. You're part of our little club.
I know I was reluctant, but it was the right call. Thanks for the push.
That's what I'm here for.
Thought a Spectre could handle it.
So I hear.
From who?
Everyone.
Pathfinder versus Spectre. How does it compare?
They're completely different beasts. As a Spectre, I worked in the shadows. Intel was on a need-to-know basis. Here, everyone's looking to me. Looking to me. It's all out in the open.
Which do you prefer?
Being a Spectre was easier, but being a Pathfinder's more rewarding.
I on it. Honestly, I have to disagree, Cross. I don't believe it's the Reapers. The Reapers don't give a shit about Andromeda. That's not within the scope of their programming. Yeah, they're capable of staying in dark space, but that's just because they want their little experiment to run. The AI or the VI that runs them, the Catalyst, only cares about the Milky Way. They were built to preserve life in the Milky Way. Anything else is outside their scope. And as much as Harbinger and Sovereign like to tout the superiority and philosophical greatness of the Reapers, they are literally, at their core, simple programs. Edie is much more of an individual and much more deserving of the title of life form than Sovereign or Harbinger was.
So, how are you finding the new post?
Not used to having people question my actions, but I like the challenge. More than I thought I would.
Any regrets?
My only regret is that Mason
But-
isn't here to see me play diplomat with a tan.
Mass Effect
Back in the Milky Way, I would've
5,
punched
4,
sense
whatever
in
the
war.
fuck they're calling it.
Now, I use my
It's
words.
still a long ways
I'm
off.
a changed man.
And first we have to get through Dragon Age Veilguard, and from what I've seen of Veilguard, I'm not exactly holding my breath. The trailer wasn't all that impressive to me, and I don't know, the gameplay looked kind of mid. So, if Veilguard doesn't become a smash hit, I don't think we'll be able to get Mass Effect 5. Because EA will step in and course correct, and Mass Effect 5 will be on the chopping block.
How's life on the Nexus treating you?
Running water and rations. It's a beautiful thing. I can tell people are still shook up from the uprising, but compared to Varl, things almost feel normal.
Any luck finding other survivors from Natanus?
Brought in another batch yesterday. Still too many unaccounted for, but we're getting there.
I'll keep an eye out.
Thanks, Ryder. Appreciate it.
How have you been since HO47C?
Fine, I'm fine.
If you ever want to talk about Mason, you know where to find me.
Thanks, Ryder. Really, I'm just not ready.
Yeah, if Dragon Age Veilguard does end up bombing, it will be because of BioWare. This time it won't be on EA. And BioWare has been trying to follow a lot of trends of late from a lot of Western game studios who's been proven not to be a winning strategy.
Good seeing you, Avitus.
Stay safe out there.
So, I mean, I'm not going to write Veilguard off completely, but I'm not going to buy it day one. I'm going to hold off until reviews start coming in and more gameplay is revealed before I spend money on it.
Superintendent Cash reminds everyone all power grid adjustments must be approved beforehand.
Which,
A hostage crisis in
I mean,
hydroponics.
if Veilguard bombs, it will kind of suck because Inquisition ended on essentially a cliffhanger.
After protesters complained their families were being kept in
With
in favor of sleepers with political connections. This
Trespasser, that DLC. But if Mass Effect 5 never comes to be, I'm going to be okay with it. Because even though Mass Effect 3's ending is bittersweet at best, controversial at worst, it still ended. All the Milky Way plot threads were wrapped up in a bow. The Genophage plot was resolved. The Geth Quarian arc was resolved. The Reapers were dealt with one way or another. So Mass Effect 3 was an actual ending off point. So if we never get another Mass Effect game, I'll be sad, but I won't be heartbroken because Mass Effect already had its ending.
They were really cool.
I don't know. Maybe I should have stayed home.
But Dragon Age... Well, Dragon Age did have its ending. It was Dragon Age Origins. Because all those plot threads were basically wrapped up. And you had little end cards that gave you and all your companions your endings. And then they decided to make Awakening. Which, again, it had end cards, which gave you your expanded endings. And then they did Dragon Age 2.
Hello?
Which was clearly a middle story. It was not a standalone game. It clearly was meant to have something else follow it. Same with Inquisition. Inquisition was a more developed game than Dragon Age 2. But it clearly was not the end of its saga. And that might be to its detriment, because now the whole franchise's future might be in jeopardy. Yeah, the Buzz Aldrin in
like
the
we're coming up on a
end
blue
of Mass
giant.
Effect 3
From Aya,
was very
it's
heartfelt.
often the brightest star, the first to rise.
Alright, we're going to do some planetary explorations here. Because I keep forgetting to do them off stream, so we're gonna do them on stream. I don't know, maybe it's also because I'm a little bit more blasphemous, but I've always preferred Mass Effect to Dragon Age
Probes launched.
for the two
Tracking a huge
BioWare
mineral deposit.
IPs. For the main BioWare IPs. But I've always been more into sci-fi than fantasy. So while I like the Dragon Age characters like Alistair, Liliana, Varric, Morrigan, I don't have as close of tie, or I don't feel as invested in the Dragon Age characters as I do with, say, Garrus, Tally, Morden. The Mass Effect characters, to me, are more engaging, and I'm more emotionally invested in them than I am with the Dragon Age characters.
This might have been a larger system once. Before the Scourge.
As if we needed a better reason to document everything.
Anomaly on sensors. Deploying probe. Anomaly found. Anomaly detected. Probe away. Getting a scan.
Also, that kind of extends to the protagonists, or the player characters. I don't know, to me it just feels like... Maybe it's just because you spend more time with Shepard than you do with, say, the Warden from Dragon Age Origins, or Hawk from DA2, or the Inquisitor from Inquisition. I just feel more attached to Carolina Shepard, much more so than I did with Carolina Cousland, my Warden. I mean, let's compare the Mass Effect characters versus the or the protagonists versus the Dragon Age protagonists. You've got for DAO and Awakening, you've got the Warden. um,
Anomaly detected.
who is probably, in my
Probe
opinion,
launched.
the
Satellite
best of the
detected.
Dragon Age protagonists. Um, but I also like Origins the best of the games, so there's that. But the Warden is most like actually your KOTOR protagonist, Revan. They're completely silent or non-voiced. All their dialogue is done through text selections. They can be extremely morally flexible. And the fate of Ferelden literally, and all of Thetis literally rests on their hands because they're the ones that end the fifth flight. The downsides to, or also, I think of the Dragon Age protagonists, you do have the most customization with the Warden. You've got the options of human, dwarf, or elf for your races. Then you've got three classes you could possibly be. Four. Warrior, rogue, mage. Okay, so three. And then of those three races, you've got human, noble, mage, Dalish elf, city elf, dwarf commoner, dwarf noble. That's 6 separate origin stories. And of course, there's the whole character customization. You can romance a fair amount of characters, and your decisions fucking matter. And as such, they are the closest character to, say, a shepherd. Then there's Hawk for Dragon Age 2. You have one origin story, and you are human, but then Shepherd is human. So, but Shepherd can be one of 6 classes. Hawk can only be one of 3. Also, unlike Shepherd, Hawk is basically a cosmic punching bag. Nothing that Hawk does really matters at the end. As Sci-Fi or SF Debris put it in his Dragon Age 2 review, Hawk doesn't really make impactful decisions. They are, instead of, say, driving the story is a train, and Hawk flips the switch to direct which path that train is going to go down. Hawk can't do anything to stop the train. She can only marginally alter its course. So Hawk is definitely the weakest of the Dragon Age protagonists, which makes sense because Dragon Age 2 is the weakest of the Dragon Age games. And then the Inquisitor, you did get a lot of customization, but still only 3 main classes. And a lot of those classes have been even more streamlined than they were in Dragon Age 2. Like, there's no healer class anymore. So it's kind of like, what are you doing? But Inquisition is the longest of the Dragon Age games, partly because the hinterlands take so fucking long. So you do get to know your Inquisitor quite well, but it doesn't really. Maybe because we haven't seen the long-term effects of your decisions on Thetis as a whole, because Veilguard isn't out yet. But unlike Shepard, it doesn't feel like the Inquisitor's decisions really alter the fate of Thetis all that much. At least within its own game. So I like the Dragon Age games, but I'm not as invested in them as the Mass Effect games. And that ends my TED Talk. And we're almost done with the exploration.
Anomaly on sensors. Probe away. Getting a scan.
Yeah. When I first heard the news that BioWare was doing another Mass Effect game, I was like, oh, great. Andromeda could use a sequel. And then I heard that's going back to the Milky Way, and I'm like, why? It already ended. I will never understand the need for things to be ongoing.
I'm picking up something.
Like, let your franchises have a definitive end.
A huge mineral deposit.
Because a series or a story will be a lot better remembered if it ends on a definitive high note than kind of out with a whimper. Couple points like that. In TV, Star Trek The Next Generation, even though it had some hiccups along the way, it is widely regarded as one of the greatest TV shows in science fiction, largely because of its ending. all good things. It ended on a fucking high note.
Ready to fly, Path. What the?
Find something?
Something pinged us. An ID request. The Tempest auto-responded.
We'll keep an eye out in the sector. That a satellite? Is that what pinged us in the sector?
It's pulsing an initiative call response code. Someone knows our tech inside and out.
Let's get a scan.
Yeah, of all the Star Trek series finales,
What the hell happened?
Jesus,
Anti-trackback measure. Drive system overloaded.
TNG ended the
Not
best.
quick enough, though. I got a serial that has triggered an alert.
We are to contact Director Addison as soon as possible.
What is going on?
Another, it's not Star Trek, but there is another animated series on the Disney Channel, of all things. Gravity Falls. Lasted 2 seasons. Disney was pushing for more seasons because it was wildly popular. But series creator Alex Hirsch was like, no, only 2 seasons, because I want to end it on my terms, giving it the best possible ending I can. I want to go out this show on a high note. And he did. The Gravity's Fall series finale was fantastic. So I would much rather watch a series that has an ending, that ends on a high note, than one that never ends. Like, I will not get into One Piece because it won't fucking end. And there's just too much backlog. I mean, the anime's been going on for like since the late 90s, for God's sakes. Anyway.
Descent is green.
Now it's time to shoot
Coordinating.
some
Path is
stuff.
calm.
Alright, let's see. We've got Life on the Frontier. Shock treatment. Loss and recovery. Drone recovery. Drone recovery. Cultivation. Alright, we got our work cut out for us. Let's go ahead and start with this one first. Hi, Yale.
Is your name Yale?
Yeah, that's me. Stanton Yale. And what can I do for the Pathfinder today?
Tell me about the 3 sabers.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that good, huh?
Well, that reaction tells me all I need to know.
Look, I just didn't think anyone would find out about it, okay? It's something that ought to be left alone. We made a mistake.
Who's
Explain.
we?
The new outposts, our supply routes, they needed protection. We couldn't rely on just you. I proposed that we'd save Nexus blood by hiring exiles to fight for us.
Good in theory.
It could have worked. Mercenaries and privateers have existed throughout history.
That was the hope. Cochran and I served together. I thought I could trust him and the crew. I became their commander. I armed them. I shared access to Padromo's operations. And then they took their new toys and went rogue. Attacked people they were supposed to protect.
Well, I'm gonna have to report this.
You know I have to report this. You conspired with Nexus enemies.
Who are you gonna report to? Addison? She signed off on it.
Really?
Addison knew.
She wasn't sure Ryder would work out as Pathfinder. She was desperate for options. So report it if you want. Addison knows any investigation's gonna dig up docs covered in her fingerprints. I have to get back to work. We've got an outpost to run here.
Fair enough. So now I gotta confront Addison eventually. Well, let's do shock treatment.
Gotta be a lot safer around here with those soldiers.
Yeah, too bad the soldiers aren't liked by the inhabitants. Alright, Scratchpad login, Chief Engineer Kane Fox. This file is filled with sketches, annotations, and exploded schematic views. Media focused on a combined road monorail network for EOS, showing several different brilliant designs. Whatever. Work rosters, week 2. Watercourse repair team, Kane Fox, Lorelei Smith, Matthew Kennison. Attachment, course statement sheet item, weather monitoring, Alex Jennings, Sale Frax, Jamie. Okay.
Work rosters. That datapad mentioned the name Jennings. Here, Axel Jennings, assigned to set up weather monitoring devices all over the desert. Too many locations to check them all. We need to narrow it down. Reported as a loss. Supplies eaten by scavenger bugs. Let's be more careful next time.
Ah, shit.
Recommendations noted, Pathfinder.
Oh well, fuck it. Oh yeah, I leveled up, that's right. Let's do that.
Ryder.
What?
August said you might swing by. Ryder, yes? Dr. Ramirez. Run the clinic here on EOS. Much better than life as an Alliance medic.
Good to meet you.
I'll guess you're not here for a checkup. How can I help you?
What's it like living in our first successful outpost?
More rewarding than I thought. My patients are the neighbors I see every day. I have to be on the lookout for any new diseases, sure. But I know exactly who I'm staying vigilant for.
Why did you join the Andromeda Initiative?
I served in the Alliance as a medic, but let's say I saw one Batarian slave raid too many.
Batarians.
I knew August, Bradley, and when he signed on to the initiative, suggested I consider it. This seemed like a better frontier.
What's the latest from your clinic?
Usual checkups for first-in colonists. Plus a few cases of dehydration and some blindness. Nothing serious.
What do you think of Bradley?
I've known him for years. He was the squad medic when he was injured, and we kept in touch after his discharge. He's a smart fellow, a good lieutenant, but a better mayor. And it bugs him when I call him August. So I restrict myself to 2-3 times a day.
Alright. Well, bye.
I'll leave you to it.
Come back anytime. Preferably unhurt.
This definitely treated wounds caused by a remnant. That datapad said the work crew tried to control them.
Sand particles were removed from the wound. Analyzing. Comparing with locations from the work roster.
It's not very
It's
far.
likely the injury occurred near a monolith. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
No sign of that work crew, but someone left their gear behind.
Really? Well, mine now.
Wait, I've got an open comm channel.
Easy money. Once the electrical charge builds up, we'll have ourselves some nice, obedient remnant.
You better be sure this time, Jennings.
If you're that spooked, go hide behind the fort giant.
Alright, we got a motor to the crew.
Simple way to know you did good. More people walking than buried.
Yeah. Thank you for that pearl of wisdom.
Help us! Please!
All right. Stop moving. Let me talk to you.
Great timing. Thanks for the assist.
Your experiment with the remnant didn't work out?
Huh. Okay, who squealed? Gasparic? Yeah, I bet. These remnant could plow our fields, protect us from the Ket. You control them, why shouldn't we?
I mean, I don't really control them.
I have a super intelligent AI and enough experience with the remnant to be careful.
Jennings, this isn't working. We tried.
Fine. But you can't protect us all the time, Pathfinder. Out here, we need every edge we can get.
I'm not saying you shouldn't have every edge you can get, but um, maybe don't try controlling robots without, you know, a fucking AI to do it for you. Alright.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface. Recording nav points for survey beacon placement. A trivial task.
Wasn't trivial to this technician. Load his protocol. The job.
Alright.
We've got target.
Pathfinder, my sensors read an Andromeda plant sample nearby.
Edible plant. Alright, let's go ahead and do this stuff.
Job started. Another step forward. Keep it up, Dad.
Sam, what am I hearing?
Technician Eric Camber's beacon protocols. They appear to include recorded motivational logs.
Progress made, whatever it is. Each day, one at a time. You'll be fine.
Okay. Where's this going?
Not sure where this is going.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Might be dangerous, but we should check it out.
I've picked up readings of next.
Yeah, first death yesterday, morale is dropping, people are getting sick. Now more than ever, I'm determined to find something here and validate these technological ruins. I know there's vital data here, but I can't access it. Even my decryption skills, it locks me out. But I can't give up. The Nexus is counting on us to be the vanguard of the initiative. I'm going to keep moving and hope I find something of use.
Any hope this researcher is still alive?
That outcome is unlikely. If exposed too long, pre-vault radiation would cause terminal health issues.
And maybe her work survived. We need to find the other research sites.
Progress, right, Dad? Probably simple, but in a new galaxy, and after I... Never mind.
What are you talking about, kid?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Pathfinder, this...
I get the feeling that the kid may not have been there.
You can
for
extract
this
minerals
sending
via your
off
mining interface.
reasons.
Aya is watching what happens on Eos very closely.
Hopefully Padromo sets a high bar.
Colonists change things, not always for the better.
That looks like Ket tech. Hostiles ahead!
Keep it up, Dad. You promised. Doesn't matter that I'm sick. You're in the future.
I don't know if I'm okay with this.
I know I'm not. Alright, so the next one, the last one is down there. Oh god. I'm doing, even though it looks like it doesn't.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Look at that view.
It's really only 2 Ket to guard this. Oh wait. Alright, well. It must be up top. Fucking hell.
Another job done, Dad. Reset and hit the next. I'm watching, and I'm proud. Eric Jr. signing off.
Job done, Eric's.
Can we get off this dusty rock?
Alright. I think it's just drone recovery now. But that's just attacks, so. Sure. Let's head back to Vold.
Ascent is go.
Leaving Atmo. All clear.
Ryder.
Alright. Alright. Oh, wait. I forgot to check the research / Apex stuff. Alright. Excuse me. Yay, mission success. Mission success. Aw. All right.
Beginning approach.
Old orbit is steady.
Let's bring PB just for shits and giggles.
Approaching the LZ.
All right.
To fall. Life support at 100%. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
I'm gonna be like Halo and see how far I can bring. Oh, that's as far as I can bring the Mako. I thought I cleared this out the first time, but whatever. I know I have unused skill points. I'm saving them to finish off Invasion, you fucking game. Okay, so it's in there. There's someone or something left.
Lots of consoles.
If the Ket maintain logs, we may be able to access them from here. Once we are in, I can perform a search to locate relevant data. Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
Computer. Sam has located logs associated with the start of the Ket invasion. Translated from Gesundheit. Entry 5E0MT1CN. Specialists identified an isolated station on a mineral-rich lunar world as an initial target. Routine attack, element of surprise, no major threats. Majority were easily eliminated, providing genetic material for study. Live specimens were also acquired as a result of the unexpected surrender. It wasn't meant to be a pun. I don't know how to pronounce that T word. So I didn't even try it. I just went Gesundheit. Because that's you. Entry 8Y0938CQ7. Capture and Angara prove useful. Cooperation secured in exchange for keeping them alive. Obtained live blood samples with no resistance. Volunteer demonstration of bioenergetic field. Applications identified them as prime candidates. Mention of the center of their civilization, Aya. Location hidden in the Scourge. No map exists. Route learned through experience. Interrogation ongoing. Once complete, recommend transfer to Home Empire as vassals.
Logs on Angara first contact isolated Pathfinder.
Wow, it sounds like some of the first Angara the Ket found were coerced into working with them. We should show this to Ari Veschek.
I'm detecting below normal temperatures.
I want to kill what's ever up there. So how do I go about doing it?
Environment check.
There we go.
Temperatures are within acceptable parameters. Life support is stable.
Oh. I did it! I killed it! Alright.
That's Techix, according to my map.
check out your shit.
I've entered the destruction of the Ket on Vold into my records, so we remember. But did you find anything of note in the Ket databases? Anything about the start of their invasion?
This might be of interest.
This can't be right. It says some Angara volunteered information to the Ket. Is this how they found out about our abilities? Could this be why they exalt us?
The Ket would have discovered your people's bioelectric capabilities another way.
They were studying our genetics. It would be impossible to hide. Those first Angara we lost. We thought they'd all been killed.
They were.
I can't include this in our history, Ryder. We can't be remembered like this. The conflict with the Ket will continue for years. We need hope, not crushing truths.
Coming from a species whose history books are dripping with more blood than I could possibly fathom. Truth is more important. Those who do not know history are doomed to repeat it.
You can't just act like this never happened or make up some other story.
Pathfinder, that's all history is. Fact and conjecture blended to form a narrative.
How does the narrative that the Angara are perfect serve your purpose?
I thought it would keep morale from flagging. But perhaps we need to understand our own frailty. Thank you, Ryder. You've given me much to think about. Now I must get to work.
Alright. Yeah, sometimes you find hope in truth. It's true. Alright, so this is technically a task, but it's a shooty shoot task, so we're gonna do it. Basically, we're proving just how badass N7s are. Stop doing that when I just want.
Elsie gave me some reading material about the Sari culture.
And?
What? Oh, and nothing. You're an interesting people, although it's curious that you take the genetic material of other races to improve your own, like the Ket.
Oh God.
Zone has been depleted.
Actually, Joel, it's not like the Ket. Because the Ket, when they're done extracting the genetic material, the host is no longer what they used to be. They're essentially dead. Asari use that genetic material to create new life.
Hostiles ahead!
Too bad the Nomad doesn't fly. Yeah, no kidding. Wait, that wasn't it. Oh, there it is. Yes. This is basically Mass Effect's Hoth, yes.
Ah, you found your first beacon. Ready for a taste of Hescal training?
Give me your best shot.
There's a gigantic fiend nearby. Let's see if you can hunt it before it hunts you.
Oh, there's more of them. Great. Well, cover time.
The Heskal would hunt for food on long missions. Later, from tradition. Good work.
Alright, we'll head down here.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
This is how we get into the Ket Command Center.
I'm reading a normal temperature.
Ryder, back for another Heskal challenge. I have a test of subtlety. Get into a Ket base and download a full copy of its files.
Should be relatively easy since we already cleared this out, but...
Hostile shuttle incoming.
Of course. Alright.
Stay alert. There'll be more.
Time to fight.
Reinforcements!
Hello, Floridian. Thank you for lurk.
think we're done here.
Hey.
Sam, get a full download.
Alright. I think we won. Alright, back to the car. Now time to battle Remnant. Hi Fluff! Welcome to Stram. How are you doing?
Maybe. Did I see you unpacking the other day? And then packing and then unpacking?
What? No. Maybe. Trying to keep me on my toes? Just keeping me on my toes, actually.
You good? That's good.
Remnant have overtaken this area, Pathfinder. It may be worth investigating. I'm detecting below normal temperatures.
Alright, where is the beacon for this? Ah. There it is.
Ryder, back for another Heskal challenge.
Scott,
This
back.
one's straightforward.
Oh.
Test of combat efficiency. The beacon will
Wow.
imitate the remnant. Take them down quick. Maybe you'll beat my personal best.
I hope you had a good chat.
Get ready to fight! Remember, take them down as fast as you can! Stay alert. There'll be more. I don't think we're done here.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice work.
Alright, where's... last three?
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
Oh, the last three aren't spawning. Or spawning. Oh.
Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits. Life support is back online.
Well. I guess we can come back to it later. Or I can drive around and see if I can find it.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
Nope.
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
Well, fuck it. There's nothing else left to do on this planet anyway. We'll head back to the Nexus, confront Addison about a couple things, and we should actually be ready to start the next
Hello?
thing.
Pathfinder, you have pending vid calls.
Ryder, tell me about the satellite you found.
Director, what are you talking about?
My alert identified a CK resource tracker. They're emergency tech, full of overrides so they can bypass protocol. They were designed by Dr. Zoe Jean Kennedy. She disappeared with the Exiles. If her tech has shown up, that could give someone a backdoor to steal from your outposts.
She disappeared with the Exiles, but you aren't calling her one?
She sympathized, but we'd never let an expert like that go. She was vital. But in the chaos, a lot of things, and people, went missing.
Alright, the tracker satellites.
Why were these trackers allowed to bypass protocols?
They're supposed to be hubs, to rapidly track and pull resources if lives are at stake somewhere. That's why they weren't deployed. Tan didn't like anyone bypassing his rubber stamp.
If this satellite is new, how has it kept up with our security measures?
That's a very good question.
Well, what about Kennedy?
What was Dr. Kennedy's role in the initiative?
She designed the orbital beacons, forward stations, and half the kit in the Tempest. She'd ram an upgrade through before the requisition was on Tan's desk. Dr. Kennedy disappeared along with the Exiles. That was a big loss.
Pretty extreme to set up a personal alert. Why do that?
A lot of Dr. Kennedy's projects were unofficial.
But you backed them, like these trackers?
I don't want some asshole using my access codes to cut a backdoor into our resources, or Tan blaming me for it. But I also want to know what happened to her.
Well, where do I start?
If we have to find the tech or the person, where do we begin?
You got a sliver of data from the first tracker. With more scans, maybe Suvi can assemble a point of origin. Obviously, these trackers are being deployed where initiative tech is concentrated. That means outposts. I'd bet there's more trackers in outpost systems. That's where you search for whoever's doing this.
And when we find them?
They're stealing our resources. My concern is Dr. Kennedy, her tech, their lives. In that order.
Alright, well, we got another thing we can do. First, we'll head to the Nexus. Because Addison needs to know about...
Anomaly detected.
Oh, hold on.
Deploying probe. Tracker ahead. Looks active.
He's up on it. We need a point of origin. That is when Twitchy's self-destruct.
Wait, just let me stick a predictive model in this fragment. There, a common vector, maybe a point of origin.
Good job. Let's go. Oh, Addison, you got some splaining to do.
Hostage crisis in hydroponics ended after Nexus Security forcibly removed protesters, resulting in numerous injuries. Tensions reached a boiling point after protesters complained their families were being kept in stasis. As sleepers wake from stasis, political connection urgently requires this blood is HNS and DNA donation.
Addison! The fuck's going on?
I know why you're here. Yale told me to expect a visit. I hoped this blunder wouldn't come to light, but Helios has a habit of dashing our hopes. Have the three Sabers been eliminated, Pathfinder?
Doesn't erase what you did.
Their deaths don't make this okay.
I realize that, Ryder. A poor decision was made. People paid for it, but it's over. As far as everyone's concerned, the three Sabers acted on their own.
But they didn't, did they? Hey, Ryder.
Who the hell's this?
The one who started the investigation.
This investigation started with Sid's instincts.
I applaud good instincts, but not in this case.
Yeah, because
So
it
I
traces
was
back
right,
to
wasn't
you.
I? Someone on the Nexus was helping the three Sabers.
Yes, it was a mistake. We authorized a course of action that cost lives, but, like I said, it's over.
You have to tell people. If we made a mistake, we have to own it, right?
Who does that serve? It could damage relations with the Angara, spark another uprising.
It would be lying. Ryder, if you hide this, what else will you let them hide?
We're not taking tips on diplomacy from a teenager.
No, let's take tips from history. Every time a government organ or institution has covered something up, it has always come to light and always ended badly. Also, you brought up the potential Angaran fallout. Well, I did promise them complete transparency because that's something that they didn't get with the cat. So if we cover this up and they find out about it on their own, that would be even worse for diplomacy, Addison. The only reason why you want this covered up is because your ass is on the line.
With all due respect, Director, Sid's right. Transparency is important for building trust. People need to know they can trust us, even when we screw up.
Great.
I'll make sure people hear about this.
There's been plenty of
Pathfinder, you're making a mistake.
Maybe, but at least I'm willing to acknowledge it.
Whoa, hello.
Apex personnel, please check your duty roster for important updates. Array of Hope.
Alright, we'll do the little things that matter, and that will be the end of the stream after that. Because then we'll be pretty much done with all the side quests that we can actually do. Other than the little tasks, and I don't give a shit about those as much.
This is HNS.
Stop sending me to skills. I want to see the journal. Let's see here. Another enemy is the next main one. Ryder family secrets. Actually, yeah, that one we have to find more planets. That's on hold. That's on hold. That's on hold. Oh, I need to do that. Okay. We can do that later. Oh, yeah, we could do that later, too. Alright, well, fuck it.
I can't wait to be assigned to an outpost. This place is
William Spender.
Okay.
Ryder.
Okay. Okay, we need to head to the knowledge system.
Anomaly detected. Deploying probe. Anomaly found.
Ew.
Pathfinder, this is the exact nav point indicated by the ZK trackers.
Right. Addison's request. Let's see if this helps us find her missing scientist.
Damn it. The shuttle's just a relay. But I think we can get in their feeds. Hold on.
Signals through. Ready for coordinate transferring. Who the fuck? We've been found. Deadhead the comms.
Wait.
Here we go again. I'm the Pathfinder.
A Pathfinder? One finally showed?
Harlan, stop talking.
Is that Dr. Kennedy? Are you okay? Director Addison is concerned about you and your tech.
Keep them talking, Ryder. Tracing.
All I want is to stop the stealing. I have outposts of people trying to start their lives.
Outpost starting lives, huh?
Let them see, Harlan.
They just forwarded Dr. Kennedy's medical profile. Ryder.
She's pregnant. That woman is pregnant.
That woman knows full well the state she's in.
Oh, you're the first
Chemical
Andromeda.
blockers were standard for cryo. We were supposed to wait until we were stable.
And when was that going to be? Everything was going wrong. The Nexus had no plan. You're with Addison? Well, she fell in line with Tan, said we couldn't add new mouths until we were stable. But this wasn't about waiting until we could afford a house. We were dying. So I left, with enough meds for Harlan and I to get off the blockers.
How far along? Dr. Kennedy, how long?
8 months, give or take.
Oh boy.
We're not going back. You're not getting my tech. We'll be fine without you. Tell Addison. Fuck it, don't tell her anything. Kill it.
They flashed the core. Couldn't get a trace.
Addison will want to hear about this. And I've got questions for her.
Oh boy. I mean, I get it. When we first arrived in Andromeda, there was no way the Nexus could support the population they already had, let alone more people. But
On channels already, Pathfinder.
now we found 2 of the 3 missing arcs. We've established 4 outposts. No, Cross, they didn't kill themselves. They blew up the empty shuttle that they were using as a comm relay. They were not on that shuttle.
Director Addison, I have a sighting on your missing Dr. Kennedy and her trackers.
She's alive?
And 8 months pregnant.
Fucking hell.
You said she disappeared.
She didn't disappear. Dr. Kennedy left to try and have a child. You really had no clue?
I knew she wanted us to fast-track the schedule, but we had no worlds. We were going to lose people. I wasn't going to watch babies die, too. Of all the stupid, irresponsible, selfish... She was always like this, even back on Earth. She talked me into this, and now we have to save her tail.
Okay, talked into what?
Wait, what did Dr. Kennedy talk you into?
She's an old university friend. We were catching up, and she mentioned a project she was training for.
The Andromeda Initiative?
She'd still be here if I wasn't forced to tell her no a year ago.
What was the timetable for stopping the contraceptives everyone got before cryo?
No way to tell. It was to be determined.
You had to know that would frustrate people.
It was the only answer we could give. The alternative was more mouths and more death.
Well, guess what? We have 4 stable outposts. One of them allied with the only successful colony in Helios, New Tachanka. Who's the father is the guy that's with her. I forgot his name. But there were 2 people on the comms on that shuttle, a male and a female. Guess who the father is? But New Tachanka is actually going to be providing a lot of the food we need because of their, as we did in Drax Loyalty Mission, that was a seed vault ship. And they've got botanists, like really good botanists. So they're, and now that we allied ourselves with them, we're going to be trading for food because we have water. We've got more water from Vold and potential ice fishing there. We've got the outpost on Kadara, which is a trade hub because we're allied with the collective there. And Padromos is slowly becoming self-sufficient. The Nexus is not going to starve to death anytime soon. We can probably let people start having kids. You know, because we keep dying due to infighting. Gotta replace the population somehow.
Dr. Kennedy seems to have a group with her. Stealing aside, she has support.
How long will that last? She's the smartest person I know, but she jumps without looking. Ryder, we have 2 speeches banked for the first child in Andromeda. Trust me, you want the one for the good outcome.
We know how to find her. We find more of her ZK trackers.
Hopefully you can draw them out by placing more outposts. If she hasn't changed the
Oh,
protocol.
well, what a coincidence.
She's 8 months. She may be distracted.
This is a complete shit show.
Addison honestly gives me the vibes that she would use cloning if that's what it
can't
took.
just disappear.
Possibly. Addison is a stereotypical government bureaucrat. She will do anything as long as it's good for her, and if anything bad happens, she will quickly cover it up and sweep it under the rug. She has no morality, so to speak, other than that of a politician. I mean, people point to Tan as being the corrupt government official, but Addison's not much better. I mean, she's better than Udina, but that's not that high of a bar to clear.
Scan's ready. We need Dr. Kennedy's location.
Understood, believe me. Anomaly detected. Probes launched. Something's different, Pathfinder. An Angara signal in the tracker.
Try and get me the last message through.
Hate to meet the soy bastard. Actually wants to romance it.
Attached.
I don't want to.
Tech will give us initiative access. The breeder is also a symbolic target. No mercy.
Oh, great. The
Rokar
Rokar
targeted Dr.
after him.
Kennedy. Suvi, do we have her?
Negative. We need another tracker.
Damn it.
At least this one didn't explode. Alright, to Eladin. Although I think we find the shuttle itself either on Eos or Kadara.
Pathfinder, I've detected the last CK tracker we need.
No, wait.
Right. We need to find
It's
Dr.
Vold.
Kennedy before the Rokar.
Anomaly detected.
They got a fucking
Erratic.
off.
It's drifting, and I'm getting Ket Drive wash.
Now the Ket are involved? Damn it. Get close.
No, if I were gonna romance any of the initiative
But I'm getting data.
quote unquote
Trackers give us a point of origin.
politicians, it would be Nakmor
Shortage
Kesh.
of leftover Ket.
We don't want a baby near exaltation. Or
Second
Rokar.
would be
Have to find them on Vold.
the Turian guy, Kandros. Because they're not corrupt. They just want to do the job that's been given. They treat it as a duty. They don't want to cover everything up. And they actually give a shit. That said, my true Mass Effect Andromeda waifu is
Home
Suvi,
orbit is steady.
but that's because she's an adorable redhead with a Scottish accent. That's like triple kryptonite for me.
Approaching the LZ.
Same boat. The only problem is you have to romance her as Sara Ryder, not Scott Ryder, because she swings for the ladies. I know they do, but I don't like those kind of mods. That's like messing with a person's personality. Just rubs me the wrong way. But if you want to go for it, man. Now, if I was playing Scott Ryder, I would probably romance Vetra. She's cool too. Alright, fuck.
Oh, Ryder.
Mayday, mayday! Any initiative personnel, we need help!
This is the Pathfinder. There may be Rokar and Ket closing on you.
No, 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 not now!
This does not sound good. Can you make a run for it?
Running is unlikely, Pathfinder.
Great. She's going into labor in the middle of a firefight. Woohoo!
Give me a gun.
Always give the mother the gun.
Oh yeah, Mama Bear Syndrome's gonna be kicking in here.
We hear you, Doctor. Hold on.
I'm on someone else's schedule. Oh!
Looks like it needs power.
Wait, turret? Where's the turret? Oh hey, we got turrets to work.
Take them out. Kennedy's shuttle needs a path.
I'm with you.
Oh god. This is gonna be one hell of a birthday story.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
They're too
That's
close.
it.
I'm taking off.
Wait until you're clear.
There's no time.
Combat clear. Are they out?
What about it, Kennedy?
We're safe. He's...
Congratulations!
Get clear, Doctor. But we have to wrap this up with Addison.
Understood, Pathfinder.
Well, it may have been a very eventful birthday, but hey! It's a baby boy!
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
And I know we're romancing Jaal, and the only disappointing thing about it is we don't know whether or not Angaran and human biology are compatible. Because I know
Ryder.
Jaal would love to be a father. Does that answer the question? Can love bloom on the battlefield? Yes, it can. Apparently. Have you heard the term battle couple?
Prepping VidCon communications.
All right.
Pathfinder, I have Dr. Kennedy on the channel. She is very tired, but alive.
And the baby?
Lungs like a banshee, and safe.
And now that you're back in the fold, it's the Initiative's job to keep you safe.
You're overlooking the thefts?
This all started with tech that could steal Initiative resources.
Dr. Kennedy has graciously offered to return her research, and any resources gained along the way.
I could always just purge all data.
No, thank you. We'll keep things simple. You and your trackers all safely accounted for.
Need self-sufficiency.
Locking people up isn't the solution. We can't watch everyone all the time.
You had to comb the cluster and run a gauntlet to save them.
From what I've heard, they've done the same for every outpost. Your Pathfinder knows you can't keep this bottled. If you want it safe, make it all safe.
Go to Eos.
Prodromos is where we started our new lives. They'd love to welcome this one.
It's not too far, if you ever want to talk.
I haven't changed, Foster.
That's what I hoped you'd say.
So, what's the baby's name?
You never said what name you chose. Maybe Pathfinder? Sarah's good too.
No, it's David. David Edward, for an old friend. Goodbye, Ryder, and thank you.
David Edward. For a good old friend. They just named the first baby in Andromeda after Admiral David Anderson. It's actually kind of touching. All right, well, that's going to end our stream. We leveled up. So we're going to go ahead and do invasion, fuel rinse, or sabotage. We're going to do that one because I want them to explode. All right, then go back to biotics. What's backlash do? Oh, it's a parry. Okay, if Floof is still there, we're going to end the stream with the space hamster, or the Andromeda hamster. Need a screen. We're going to name him Floof, because The other one's Boo. Anyway, that will be the end of the stream for this week. Tomorrow, we'll probably have to dodge some storms, but we'll be finishing up Halo 3. Or at least that's the plan. Sunday, on a later stream, because I've got morning plans, aka brunch with my brother, who's has a birthday. But evening, we will finish up Ace Combat 6, the carrier run. Then no stream Monday because I have family coming in from Ireland and we're going to have dinner with them. Yeah. BroRaz is he's technically now 2 years younger than me, but once December rolls around, he'll be get back to 3 years younger. Then Wednesday, I haven't been able to talk with Floof yet about what we're going to do. It most likely will not be the Floof Crew Baldur's Gate 3 stream because Sen is knee-deep in marriage prep because the wedding's not that far away. So it'll either be just me by myself, probably doing the insanity of Victor Shepard, or Floof and I will be streaming something together. But I will keep you guys informed in the Discord as to what we're going to do. Thursday will be Ace Combat 7's carrier run. And then Friday, in Andromeda, we're going to start Know Your Enemy. So thank you all for joining me. I hope you guys had fun. And I will see you guys tomorrow with Halo 3. Have a great weekend, everybody, and have a good night.